What the hell did I just watch? Like, it's been a long time since I had that feeling of like just like complete and utter shock to where I'm trying to grasp onto any sort of like what the hell is going on in this show. It's wow. Okay. Let's just get right into it. This series is called Akiba Maid War. And when I read the synopsis of this for my What I Will Watch, and I looked at the image of the said series, and if you look at this image, like you look at like, just the series in general, you look at it as, oh, it's a typical moe made series. That's it. That is literally what you would think if you were to look at this show, you look at what I'm showing you on the screen without really talking about it, you'd be like, oh, okay, a moe made series, slice life, probably some comedy, maybe some fan service. That's about it. That's probably what you would write it off as. But we got one of those cases where looks are deceiving. Literally, as soon as the episode opened up, we were greeted by this scene. So there was like a whole scene here at the beginning to where this character gets legitimately shot. Like, she gets killed. Like, just killed right then and there. And it's just like, it's made-on-made violence. And you're like, what is going on in this show? It literally starts off with this. And once again, as someone that read the synopsis and looked at the cover image, I was under the impression that this was just going to be a Moe Made series. But then, like I said, you start off with something like this to where this character literally dies at the beginning of the episode, and you're like, what in the hell is this? Like, you're like, what is this? And then as soon as you have this very dramatic scene at the beginning of the episode, it shifts over into this very Moe-ish looking, cutesy looking, like, opening song. Like, it's a very Moe opening song. Like, look at this. And it's just like, what is even happening? You can't just like have this very dark, edgy tone at the beginning of the episode if it just completely shift into this very moe dancing song at the beginning. And I guess it's obviously for comedy's sake and the, disguising what it really is. I guess it might play with the main theme of the story. That's a possibility. But it's like, I have not seen a series' opening be in such a huge contrast with its actual story since probably Death Parade. If anyone watched Death Parade that came out years ago, and you know how the story is, and when you watch the opening is just completely a 180 in comparison to the actual tone of the series. Just wow, big shock. So, let's try to piece together what's going on here. What's actually happening in Akiba Maid War? I guess the war was literal in the show's title, because there's an actual war that happens within this episode. So we get mostly a normal episode, like besides that beginning and all that. The episode's very normal. You have a traditional maid cafe hijinks. This is a new girl that's signed up to join this maid cafe. It's her dream. That's what she wants to do. And she's just a regular maid throughout this entire majority of this episode. We get to meet a few characters, the manager, and then this shady guy comes in. He gives like a letter, like, hey, you need to deliver this letter to this other maid cafe. And obviously by the overall vibe that's going on here, something very bad's happening. Mafia or something. You don't know what it is, but obviously something bad is happening, and you're like, what's gonna happen? Is our character's gonna die or something? So we fast forward a little bit, and basically we have the scene to where our characters, they go to the Bunny Maid Cafe, and we literally open up. When the door opens up, we see this girl being forced to chop her own hair off. Like, we literally see her trying to chop her own ponytail off. Well, she's not trying, she's being forced to. And the way the entire scene looks, it looks like she's being forced to, like, get rid of an arm or something. That's how the scene is presented. And you're just like, what is even happening? You have, like, literally all these maids just standing around her, basically kind of forcing this to happen. And it's like, is she getting punished or something? Did she make a mistake? What's happening? Like, what legitimately is happening here? And all of a sudden, as everything continues to escalate, and you're like, okay, maybe it's just, this group is a little bit crazy. Maybe that's it. Maybe our character's gonna get tied in with this crazy group. No, what happens is this letter that is literally delivered and she reads out in the open is that this cafe that our main character is a part of openly declared a war on this bunny cafe. And it's not about competition or sales or anything like that. What it literally results in is a literal all-out bloodbath. It is a straight bloodbath. Like, look at this. It's like, what in the hell? And all I'm gonna say is what really shocked me about the scene is you have this very moe song, like this very maid cafe moe song playing in the background, and it's just like playing, and even the death scenes look just comical, but at the same time it's so messed up and dark. It's like, what is happening here? It's just the contrast. It's just conflicting. It's a huge conflicting contrast, like, between both sides. Like, the comedy and the dark elements is like, what's happening? And it's just like, I didn't even know what to take, or how to take this episode. And I will say, I enjoyed the episode, okay? I do want to make sure I make that very clear. I enjoyed the episode, but it's weird. This is a legitimately weird episode. It's been a while since I have been in a state of like, what is this? What did I just watch? Why is it like this? What's going on? And what makes me very interested, though, about this show is this final segment, though, where our main female character, she's wanting to get out. Her dream is to be a maid, and she realized how messed up it was. She's in literal shock, and she's like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. And you have the maid that was doing all that stuff, the craziness going down, being edgy and stuff, is like, oh, I'll be sharing a room with you. And she's like, oh, I'm stuck now. This is an interesting show. That's all I'm going to say. I think that overall, it has a very distinct style to it, I will definitely say. I think that this is definitely going to be a show that some are going to enjoy. I'm going to probably continue watching this for morbid curiosity, because of just what it was. But, wow. Just wow. I wanted to bring this series to people's attention because this is something that caught me off guard that I wanted to share with all of you. Hopefully you enjoy it. But anyways, with that, I'm going to leave the video there. You all have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Be safe, and I love you all. If you enjoyed the video, leave me a like. It does help me out a lot, and I greatly appreciate it as always. But Chibi out.